My father didn't teach me how to be a man. Stoicism did. So most guys grow up, right, with someone showing them what discipline looks like. A father, a coach, a mentor, an older brother. I didn't have that. Nobody sat me down and said, here's how you handle anger, emotions. So I numbed all of these things. I numbed my emotions instead of those things. I chased things that felt good in the moment, and I hated myself after. And for years I thought I was just broken. What I didn't know is that 2,000 years ago, a Roman emperor was writing the exact rules I needed. His name was Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius is a man who lost his father at 3 years old and still became one of the greatest leaders in history. When I found Stoicism, I stopped drifting. So here are the 5 rules that have rebuilt me through Stoicism. That first rule is the dichotomy of control. There's things that are in your control and there's things that aren't in your control. The things that are in your control are the things that you can control, which are your actions. When you wake up, you go to the gym, you work on yourself, you develop yourself, all of those things are in your control. The things that you say, all those things are in your control. The things that are not in your control are 99% of the things that go on in your life are not in your control. Other people's opinions, how other people treat you, other reactions, your car breaking down, the weather. We can't control the weather. So these are all the things that we can't control. And when we understand that the things that we can control are in our power, and when we focus only on those things, we stress less about things that aren't in our control, things that we cannot handle or manage. So every morning, I want you to ask yourself one question. Is this in my control? If not, let it go. If yes, then go as you please. The second rule is the obstacle is the way. Obstacles are the way. What I mean by that is that action is what becomes the way. The things that are challenging, the things that are holding you back are the things that you need to be pursuing. These ways. One of those things is a fear. Let's say that you fear to start a clothing brand. Let's say that you fear to speak in front of a lot of people. All of those things are fears that you need to take action on because they're going to help you develop yourself in the right way. So let me give you an example of that. As I grew up, one of the biggest fears that I had was being able to speak in front of people. Once I started to just take action and do it, I started to get better at it every day, every week, every month. But when I was stagnated, I wasn't getting better. I was still scared. I was in fear, all of those things. For rule 3, you can't heal what you don't name. So the things that you don't understand or that you're not self-aware of, you can't heal those things because you don't know what they are or how they affect you in that way. And so the best way is self-reflection, self-examination of yourself, being able to, write down the failures, write down the things that hurt the most. And this isn't to punish yourself, but to see things a lot more clearly in a line, right? Like I said, I had to stop lying to myself about what I was using to cope, right? I had to stop running away from what it was that I felt. So guys, I want you to do me a favor. Write down one thing tonight. One thing tonight you're using to run from yourself. Phone, porn, substances, anger, name it. You can't fix what you pretend isn't there. The other one, rule 4, is amor fati, which means to love your fate. You don't just accept what happens, but you love it. It made you, it shaped you as a person. If my father stayed, I might never have found discipline. I might never have needed it. The whole point of it is that I love whatever happens to me, and I don't ever look at it as something that is going to ruin my life or in a negative way, but I look at it in a sense of whatever it is that I'm going through, I can fix it. Rule 5, memento mori. You're going to die. The Stoics meditated on death daily. Not to be morbid, but to stop wasting time. You don't have forever to figure this out. Your father's absence doesn't get to define the next 40 years. You don't have to figure out life, because my father's absence or your father's absence does not define the next 40 years that you have in this world. You get handed the broken blueprint. So did Marcus Aurelius. He was fatherless. So did I. The difference between staying broken and building something is whether you start following the rules that actually work. It's that simple. One rule from this video that I want us to really cultivate and that I really want us to do in this world is, I would say, amor fati, the love of fate. That one resonates with me the most, because I've had a lot of fate, I've had a lot of things that could have affected me in a negative way, but then I became resilient through loving it and through finding the good in it. So I want you guys to pick that, and I want you guys to apply that just for a week. And then I want you to come back and I want you to comment, because I read every comment. So I would love to see what you guys have to say.